Hey folks, welcome back to the Talos Principle, where we have just left Section Alpha, Area Alpha, having completed almost everything we can do. We still have the Stargate, we're missing one star, and there's the teleporter behind the planks, but we don't know how to break through that yet. Let's see what this is. I think this just summons the elevator if it's down below. We haven't really spent a lot of time up here. We kind of rushed over to B and unlocked it, but let's take a look around. So below is the temple, but up here is a very industrial area. Lots of pipes and air shafts and girders and exposed concrete. Very different look to what's below. Kind of interesting contrast that it draws. If we head up this little platform here, I do hear there's a... Okay, so there's nothing up here except a couple of vents. There's a door over there that I don't see how we get to unless... Is that a ladder? No. So we don't see how to get to that door, whatever it is. It leads up to... It says A, so maybe it leads to the upper gallery in the temple itself. Not sure. Let's see what else we've got. I do hear a terminal beeping away, but I'm not sure where it is. I haven't seen it yet. This is interesting. Another ladder that just goes up to nothing. I'm wondering if there might be like graffiti hidden back here, or... I mean, some of the AIs must have made it here. If not the ones we've seen so far, perhaps some other ones that we haven't met yet. But it seems like this is pretty empty. Okay, so we do have the terminal there. That's what's beeping at us. Let's check this out. Network inaccessible. In terms of local archives, we have a literary archive from 1912 and a web crawl from 2010. Let's check out the Athena12.txt first. Okay, so we got some hex code here, or something. The great bronze bulls pulled the carriage forward, mighty bursts of steam issuing from their nostrils. Finally, they came to the gates at the top of the... And then user.set and a bunch of code. Here assembled were all the many generations of the gods, and demigods and souls of mortals, steel and bronze and iron, and memory of flesh. The clouds parted far beneath, revealing the beautiful plains of Macedon, where great gleaming cities had once... This is 12, the Council of Zeus. Interesting. So this was some sort of journey that somebody was taking with bronze bulls pulling the carriage to reach the Council of Zeus, where were assembled all the gods and demigods and souls of mortals. And this happened in the sky above Macedon. Interesting. Not a lot of philosophy there, just part of a fragment of a story, perhaps. And then HIS1A Rome.html. Let's check this out. UA, University of Arkansas, University of Alabama, University of Alaska. History 1A, Professor Dr. Armin Hulock, The Fall of the Roman Empire, A Dialectical Approach. I'm trying to remember what dialectical means. Dialectical. Oh, I have to type it. Hang on. D-I-A-L-E, dialectical. Relating to the logical discussion of ideas and opinions concerned with or acting through opposing forces. Okay. A dialectical approach to the fall of the Roman Empire. So I guess this is meant to be a logical discussion, or possibly a discussion of opposing forces. And then we have a caption here. Homo sum humani nihil a me alenium puto. I'm a man. Something about humans, nothing. There is nothing alien to me about humanity. I'm not quite sure. My Latin's a little rusty. But interesting as such perspectives of the decline and ultimate dissolution of the Roman Empire may be, they ultimately put too much emphasis on individual catastrophic events. The real question that must be asked is why the Roman Empire, which had dealt with so many threats and catastrophes over the years, was so incapable of responding to these later problems. We must investigate the division of wealth, the structure of government, the location of power in Roman society. Had the Republic survived or been restored, would Rome still have fallen? What was the role of debt and slavery in creating the conditions for what we now call the Dark Ages? Rome, the saying goes, was not built in a day. It didn't fall in a day either. To register for the class, please email and. Yeah, an interesting question. So, did Rome fail because the triumvirates took over and then ultimately the emperor and dismayed the structure of the sharing of power which the Republic had established? Now, I think popular conception of Rome has it that, the early Senate and the early Republic was a democracy. That's not really true. The patricians had all the power and the plebes had none, except when they banded together and unionized and struck. So there was a balance of power there, though, that the ordinary man had a little bit. And then when it swapped over to autocratic rule, it seems the argument of Dr. Amian Hulak here, or Armin Hulak, is that led to the corruption, to the weakness that rendered it incapable of dealing with these later catastrophes, which led to its downfall. That is a little bit of interesting philosophy built on history, right? So now we emerge, and we can see the tower. We can see Area B, or Beta, and Area C, Charlie. What would Charlie? I guess Charlie, really. Alpha, Beta, Omega would be next in the Greek, but this is marked with a C. So we haven't got the pieces, the green pieces we need to unlock the C area yet. We've got 3 of them, but we need 3 more. We've started on some sort of fan tool, which will probably be part of the puzzles. I think we saw it in the dev area, in Dev Island. There's a fan that we can use to lift blocks or ourselves to get higher up to places. And then, we've got some QR codes. Let's check these out. So, the designer has granted me domain over the lands I have traveled, and with his sigils of power, I will make this whole world my domain, one with faith. Yeah, just getting delusions of grandeur here as Elohim feeds her ego. At replies, I don't think time obeys too many rules here, or so many rules we can't imagine. Clearly, I'm writing this message after you all wrote yours, but maybe we're all here at the same time as well. And Assassin 42, we haven't met him yet, says, hey, he promised me the world as well. What a joker. And Sheep says, that message just materialized on the wall in front of me. So he was standing here, Joker's message showed up, he replied, and then later, At replied. Okay, so obviously we're heading to B next, but I want to take a look at this, snowy mountaintop. It's interesting that we just saw a reference to Zeus and the Council of Gods who lived on Mount Olympus. And now we're very high up. There's mountains in the background. There's a wide plain here. Assuming falling down here is going to be more words that we can't go any further.
In the beginning were the words.
Yeah. Okay. And we may be looking at the exterior. I think this is the exterior of the temple, the first temple. So the interior was designed to look a certain way. The exterior is extremely utilitarian. And here we have another QR code. I wish I could reach those islands in the distance, but it seems to be impossible. At V17. Yeah, he was an explorer like us. He came out and checked out everything he could see and was blocked by the words when he went too far. Here we have Temple C. If these are the outside structure is very similar, so it might be similar on the inside as well. Now here we have some angel statues. They've kept their heads for some reason. Every other statue virtually that we've seen has been headless. Let's come down here, see if there's any more graffitis or secrets. Ah, here we go. We have a terminal here behind C. Okay, so we've got 2 local emails and an archive from 998 questioning doubt conference.txt. Let's read that first. Keynote speech by N. Sarabai, questioning doubt. They say doubt everything, but I disagree. Doubt is useful in small amounts, but too much of it leads to apathy and confusion. No, don't doubt everything. Question everything. That's the real trick. Doubt is just a lack of certainty. If you doubt everything, you'll doubt evolution, science, faith, morality, even reality itself. And you'll end up with nothing because doubt doesn't give anything back. But questions have answers, you see. If you question everything, you'll find that a lot of what we believe is untrue. but you might also discover that some things are true. You might discover what your own beliefs are, and then you'll question them again and again, eliminating flaws, discovering lies, until you get as close to the truth as you can. Questioning is a lifelong process. That's precisely what makes it so unlike doubt. Questioning engages with reality, interrogating all it sees. Questioning leads to a constant assault on the intellectual status quo, where doubt is far more likely to lead to resigned acceptance. After all, when the possibility of truth is doubtful, excuse the pun, why not simply play along with the most convenient lie? This, I think, is a very, very interesting piece of thought. Questioning is progress, but doubt is stagnation. I feel like this applies very strongly to human beings in all times and all histories and all places. Certainly, I can see the applications to the current day United States, for example. I think there's a lot of people who doubt everything, don't believe in anything, don't question anything, and end up going into resigned acceptance, just choosing whichever lie they want to believe, right? Why not simply play along with the most convenient lie? I think that is a huge source of society's ills, at least in my lifetime. But I think this applies. I think this is an excellent philosophy to apply to your life, regardless of who you are or when you lived. I really like that. Okay, we also have two local emails here. The earliest one was partition. From Rob McLean to the IAN mailing list, particularly the archive project. Subject, extended life partition. Hi folks, this is just to let you know that for reasons of convenience and security, we've partitioned EL into two separate systems. The Talos team will be working on EL0, and as I'm reading that, I note that ELO are the first three letters of Elohim's name. While the archive team will be working on EL1. You might also notice an EL2 partition, but don't worry about that, it's just the operating system doing its thing. Cheers, Rob. And then we have him.eml or him.eml. From Bob Rakowski to Alexandra Drennan. Hey, Alex, I agree that we need something that'll keep all the modules working together, evaluate a final test. And I think I have the perfect solution. It's called the Holistic Integration Manager. A fancy name for something a lot like a dungeon master in pen and paper RPGs. We created it to help run some MMOs back in the day. We needed something that would be able to unite procedurally generated and user-submitted content into a coherent whole so the game wouldn't become too chaotic and inconsistent. It's a genuine AI, somewhat limited in its ability to grow, but capable of parsing and understanding text, images, audio, even video. It takes all the information it can find, interprets it, and then builds and maintains a world based on that. It's not perfect, but we don't have a lot of time, and it would be easy to adapt the code for our purposes. In fact, come to think of it, some of it is actually based on routines that you suggested in that paper on... This is cut off. So this tells us Elohim is Extended Life Zero Holistic Integration Manager. As we suspected, he is not truly our creator. He's a limited AI who runs the system. Okay, that's really cool. I'm glad we found that. That confirms my speculation, which always makes me feel smart and good and special and a special boy. I love that. All right, so we've taken a trip around Area C. I guess we can... Oh, there's a... Yeah, there's a terminal in here, but we'll hold off on reading that until we reach this area, I think. Let's take a look around the rest of this space. We can go behind the tower. Or up to here. It is interesting the tower casts such a huge shadow. Now, what is this? We've got a little power station or something back here? Behind the tower? Probably no puzzles, but... Oh, wait, hold on. What is this? Now, look at that. Holy smacks. There's a star, and there's a blue light gate. Wow. Okay. How are we gonna get... We would at least need to have a connector out here. There's nothing we could aim at this from where it is. Like, we can't aim through that door. There's nothing out there. So at the very least, bare minimum, we're gonna need a connector out here. And then we're gonna need a light source as well. It might come from maybe the top of the tower, I don't know. But we'll keep in mind that we did find that there is a star there and a gate. I suppose we could also get in with a jammer if we found one. We could bypass the gate, but I think that's unlikely. Interesting. Okay. Then we have the outside of the tower. There's another wooden gate, like the one down in Alpha. So maybe we find an axe or something eventually, or I don't know, dynamite, some way that we can blast those open. And then here, before we head in, let's check out the backside of B. Yeah, nothing here. Okay. So we know that we have C, the tower, and that little star area, the little substation with a star in it. But for the next few episodes, we're going to be going all in on Area B, or Area Beta here. So I guess it's time to head inside and see what we find. Let's take a look. We have, again, 7 gates in here with a bunch of pieces. All right, another terminal. It's very dark. But we've already passed the gate. All right, let's see what the terminal has to say. Okay, still no network access, and only 2 local items. One from 22 called oxyrhynchus.html? I don't know what this is. Never heard that term before. The great irony of the Oxyrhynchus papyri is that such a vital source of information about the ancient world exists only because of a garbage dump. While the Library of Alexandria burned at the hands of fanatics and conquerors, depriving us of unimaginable insights into history, philosophy, and art, the papers carelessly thrown away by the citizens of Oxyrhynchus survived to the modern day. And although it's true that a great deal of what we know today is because of the conscious efforts of individual and organizations, such as the spectacular translation and preservation work done during the Islamic Golden Age, so much more is simply the result of coincidence and luck. We've lost texts that the ancients considered to be absolutely essential, while utterly trivial, even plagiarized work has survived unharmed. So if we want our descendants to remember more than glittering emo vampires and auto-tuned teen pop stars, we have to invest in, make sure that, yeah. So this is a consideration of how to preserve knowledge for future generations and why it's important to do so. You know, the library was lost and trash was saved. If we don't want the same thing to happen to us, we need to have a better archive. And I think that's what EL1 is, right? That might be what network access grants us access to. So the humans who were dying out from whatever the biological catastrophe was, well, they had maybe a couple years left before everything was wiped out for whatever reason, whether it was a pandemic or some sort of auto cancer. I don't know. But they had a little bit of time left, and they were trying to save what they could to create life that would live on past them. And part of that, this text is part of that motivation. Like, how can we save what's important for future generations? Let's check out the Book of Osiris. The Book of the Scribe of Osiris, sometimes also referred to as the Book of the Journey to Auru, is an ancient Egyptian text discovered in the excavation of Oxyrhynchus. It has caused a certain degree of controversy among Egyptologists, as some argue that it's a classic funerary text, such as the Book of Coming Forth by Day, while others believe it to be a poetic work not intended to be understood literally. The book tells the story of a dying man who asks a scribe about the afterlife. The scribe, a servant of Osiris, describes how the man's Ka, or life force, will become separated from his Ba, his personality, and how he will have to reunite the two and become an Ak, a living intellect, passing a series of trials in the Duat, the underworld, in order to reach the paradise of Aru. Unlike similar texts, the Book of the Scribe of Osiris focuses less on giving advice or, and then that's cut off. This is really interesting, as we may be a personality without a life force, or maybe a life force without a personality. And we've been promised the paradise, right? Eternal life in the lands of Elohim. Lot of parallel symbology in this paragraph here. A recent study by Carnahan and Hassan suggests the text may have been intended as philosophical commentary on the world of the living through the allegory of the Duat. It remains unclear whether this was the intent of the original pre-Alexandrian author or a result of the later translation into Greek. The earlier manuscript, which is considered to be more authentic, is too fragmentary to provide answers, though perhaps further excavation may, and then we're cut off. Man, the lore in this game is fantastic. So much thought and care went into it. All right, so we've passed the beta gate, and over here we have a very similar layout to what we saw atop Alpha. So I suspect if we make our way down here, we're going to see another temple that looks exactly like the first temple. Maybe? Now, interestingly enough, this one... Oh, hold on. There's a QR code. I have seen the truth. Only Elohim can save us from eternal oblivion. LEM4's version 99. Elimas? I'm not sure about that. But whoever he or she is, she's decided, like one with faith, that the AI administrator of this simulation is actually God. So they bought the ruse, which probably to me indicates a failure state. Okay, this is not a door as I thought it was. It's just a panel in the wall that we can't do anything with. All right, let's head in and see what we find.
A new land stands before you, my child. And know that this is a land of death, but also great beauty. As you walk amongst these tombs, consider all those who came before you, and how they served the greater purpose of which you are also part.
Okay, so Elohim has welcomed us to Ancient Egypt Temple. Now, okay, this is really interesting. Obviously, this guy has to be fake, right? And we went down quite a long way. Quite a long way. So we've got hieroglyphics, we've got Egypt-style art, really interesting stuff. And we just had we sort of had a sign-off from Zeus and then an introduction to Osiris. Very interesting. So we've got Egypt, ancient Egyptian art everywhere, hieroglyphics, Ankhs. Really cool stuff. Man, the amount of thought and work that went into this game, the artwork's fantastic, the lore is great, the concept is amazing. The puzzles are good to great with the occasional kind of failure state to me. I love the concept of the graffiti. It's all just really good. So we've got doors all around the outside. I wonder if there's another, like, fake door. So here's 7. That would be 8. This is unlocked. This is another star door. What do they want here? Another 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay. Huh. Wow. Okay, very cool. Very cool. So we'll end up spending quite a lot of time in here, I think. Let's check out what's in the middle. Okay, so this is going to be the fan tool we're going to need to solve some of the puzzles. So we need to collect 3 more parts for it. Once we do, we'll be able to use this tool in some of the puzzles. And then we have another tool over here. This is some sort of play button. Oh, it's a computer. It's a terminal head, maybe, like the ones the devs were wearing. Okay, well, lots of interesting lore, lots of new sights to see, but we're already 25 minutes into this episode, so let's get into beta 1 and see what the puzzles are like here. So in this first area, we've got 5 yellow pieces and a star. Let's go.
I have promised you eternal life. But know that eternity may only be attained by those who serve a purpose greater than themselves. All else is decay. So it was written in the hidden words before the beginning of time.
Okay, well, we've got a QR code. I'm finally getting some sense out of the entity in the archive, though at some cost to my sanity. I'm beginning to think this Elohim wields no more control over the world than we do. Sheep is not being a sheep. He's waking up. Good for him. And then over here we see, I have no idea what's going on. Do you? Roger Widmark, V99. Now, I'm pretty sure, let me check real quick, but I'm pretty sure Roger Widmark was a philosopher. Huh. It's, Well, now I'm not sure. There's a Richard Widmark who was an actor, but Roger Widmark is not a thing. I feel like I've heard the name Widmark before in the context of philosophy, but I'm not sure, and Google doesn't answer for me. So, all right, let's check out the terminal. Once again, we only have local resources. EG source from question mark before current era. All right, let's go into Osiris 1. Original translation by E.A. Wallace Budge. The dying man went unto the scribe who resided in Primeged and said, Behold, I am weak of body. My days under the holy sun of Amun-Ra are coming to an end. Though I have spent my years in service of the two lands, I have not studied the something. Tell me, you who are wise in the writings of the dead, what lies ahead on my journey? What will I face in the land of the Westerners? And the scribe spoke, saying, At the appointed time. So there's also some annotations here. So the PR Medjed, it's likely the location was changed according to who the copy of the book was made for. The dying man is an avatar of the owner. Okay, interesting. Customized books back then? I mean, books back then were exceptionally expensive. So it would only be wealthy owners. So it makes sense, kind of. Almost like a DLC. Amun-Ra, an older manuscript, this is rendered as something, some controversy as to whether it blah, blah, blah. 3, the Westerners, the dead. Compare with Kenti Amenchu, the foremost of the Westerners, a title later given to Osiris. And then there's also a footnote for text we can't see, which says, sometimes mistaken for a translation on Budge's part, this is actually almost certainly a mistranslation by the ancient scribe. The equivalent portion of the older manuscript is sadly not extant. Okay, and we've got 2 web crawls from the beginning of time. First is immortality.html. Disgruntleomeister's Blogstasy, episode 204. So this is a web crawl from somebody's blog, somebody with a whimsical sense of self-mockery. I don't know about everybody else, but I'm afraid of dying. I don't see any reason to believe there's an afterlife. I'm an organism like any other. When my brain stops working, my consciousness will cease and I'll be gone. And you know what? I can't just embrace that. I can't say I'm okay with it or I've accepted it or some nonsense like that. I don't want to have an ending. It terrifies me. If I had a genie right now, I'd wish for immortality. Who wouldn't? Oh, but you wouldn't really want to be immortal, the pseudo-philosophers say. Pretentious drivel. Everybody wants to live forever. Maybe everybody deserves to live forever too. But we can't. So here we are. Live with it. Or rather, don't. Yeah, I identify with this quite a lot. Quite a lot. I think anybody who doesn't believe in afterlife has something like this ticking away in the back of their brain and they just try to ignore it because what else can you do? You have to live with it. Okay, and then we also have gotitlyrics.html. Cannot load video file, 24 million views. My new song with lyrics. Gotta laugh about this stuff. Laughter's the best medicine, LOL. I've got it. You've got it. He's got it. She's got it. Mommy's got it, daddy's got it, baby's got it, granny's got it, lady's got it, fatty's got it, happy's got it, saddy's got it. Everybody's got it. Come on. Jack's got it. Fred's got it. Bob's got it. Dog's got it. Dog is fine. Woof, woof, woof. Woof, woof, woof. Dancing dog. Everybody's got it. Except dog. Woof. We've got it. We've got it. We've got it. Everybody's got it. Favorite, add to playlist. All right. I don't know what it is. It could be a soul. It could be sentience or sapience. I don't know. The dog doesn't have it, though. Let's get out of here. Okay, so a big open area, some puzzle rooms. I think we can afford to do the kind of extensive exploration next episode. Let's get into one of these rooms and do a puzzle. Yeah, we'll take a look at everything later. But for now, let's start with, like, we'll look at that QR code later. Let's start with a yellow L. Let's see what the puzzles are like here. Okay, window through a door. So we need to get in there and grab the L. We've got a red light source and a connector. Window through a door. We've got U. What else do we have? We've got another connector there. Okay. What else have we got in here? There's the thing we need to open. So let's at least do this much. This we can do fairly easily. Oh, we've got little jerk face here. But we can still get in. And then we have a connector here. Do we want to take this out or do we want to leave it in here? I'm not sure. What's the QR code say? I just don't understand this one. I figured I'd try and make some progress here, but honestly, it's such a thankless task compared to what else is out there. It says at. Okay. So now we have 3 connectors outside. What are we doing? What are we trying to do? We need to get a light over here. Okay. So we probably need something like this. For now, at least. We can come back later. Oh, this one's going to take too long. All right. So we have to... So the problem is him. Okay, I think I understand. We use this while this is open to lock in the beam. Okay, so we need to move that further to the left, I think, because we can't see this from here. We want to move it further to the left so we can tie it to this. Okay. So we need to be able to see all 3 of these. So right here. So we go 1, 2, 3. Oops. And then this, we reposition to be 1 and 2. Or now we no longer need this one, right? No, we do. No, we don't need it because... Or can it pass through the door? Hold on. Maybe that's... I think that's what I need to check. Doesn't look like it can pass through the door. Hold on. Oh, that's so close. Okay, now... Yes, now we don't need this one anymore. Right, so now that... So we had to get the door open first to set up the beam, but as long as the beam isn't interrupted, it goes through the window, and now we can get in here. Okay, very cool. There we go. There's our first puzzle done in Beta 1. Is there anything else in here we need to see before we leave? Anything hidden in the back? No? Okay, just the piece. Okay, very cool. All right, so if we hop around over here, can I make that? Maybe. Yeah, we can get over here. Could there be a secret? Doesn't look like it. So we started from... We came out of that door. And now we've explored over here, up on the ledge. We've got all this water. There's nothing in there. We did come from here, right? Yeah, that was where we started. All right. We do have the one QR code to look at now. Now that we've successfully completed a puzzle, we can reward ourselves with a bit of lore. Let's see what we have here. I made a box float! Seriously, it was awesome! 8 version 42. All right. Good for you, 8. Nothing hidden back here. Nothing here. Let's check this other ledge. And then go on to puzzle door number 2, I guess. It doesn't seem to be much. Okay, so if we drop down here, we do have a QR code. What does this say? There are hidden dangers in this new world. I've inexplicably escaped death any number of times. I suggest vigilance. Who knows what happens to those who step carelessly too often? That's from Samsara version 72. We saw Samsara in Developer Island. So Samsara has been around since the very beginning of the project, whatever it is that the project is. Still not 100% clear on that. Okay, let's go get another puzzle here. Here we have a yellow Z. Let's go in and check this one out. This is called Third Wheel. All right, so we've got a red light source and a blue light gate, plus a red light gate. Got some Egyptian art here, and our connector. So obviously we can start with this. I think I see, yes, there's another connector here. We might be able to get a light from inside. Okay. So here we have a light source. Like that there, and then go like this. Third wheel. Okay. So we need to find a way to open the gates with two light sources so that we can put the third one on the pressure plate. So this is tricky. If we could put the blue one here. Yeah, we could put the blue one here and then the red one further back. So hold on. Let me see. If we go like this. Can I make this work in such a way that I'm just inside, right? So let me get you and you and bring you something like this. Okay. That almost worked. Let me get rid of that. We gotta push it as far back as possible. That'll work. Okay, nice. Well, that one's not that hard. Okay, there's our yellow Z. Let's get out of here. Important thing to remember, we can probably, yeah, like, we could send some light beams across the way. We learned that before. They probably won't require us to repeat that. Whatever puzzle they have for the star in this level will have a different solution, but it is something to keep in mind. We do know that the light beams go through the purple gates. All right, here's another yellow T. Road of Death. That doesn't sound good. Okay, so we can grab this. We have a jammer. And then what? And then what are we doing? We got a box. Oh, that's a lot of stuff. Okay. Well, can I get this without triggering? I can. All right. So if we get rid of you, now you'll go all the way down. But will you blow anything up? No. We can jam one thing, right? So we could jam that, maybe. And then we could push forward a little bit with this to get it to bop back and forth. Or trap it somewhere. Okay, that's as far as we can go. That'll block him. So yeah, we can get past the first one, but then we have the others. All right, let's check out the ladder. Okay, so we can go along here, but what does that buy us? What is this? Oh, that's... Okay, so the solution is that we got to carry the box here, I guess. But we can't because of the problems we have. Let's see what this says. Epitaph, Child Program V72. Codename Samsara, terminated here. Logic, program timed out. Final memory dump, but I was stuck. Oh, damn it. Okay, that was a mistake. Let's at least lock him and go check that out. So it was saying that Samsara died. Like, stopped regenerating. Final memory dump. But I was stuck. What was I supposed to... I see clouds. Progeny programs, Samsara version 7.2.2 series. Yikes. Okay. So, we've only got two things to work with here, and if I'm being honest, this one seems a little rough. We need to get this over there, but we can't get through the road directly. I wonder if we can just jump over? No, this is the exit. I'm really not certain what we're doing here. Because no matter where we go... So like I can get through here, but then that one will hit me. I could go under these two, but that one would hit me. Is there some way to make him blow something up? This one's rough. I don't see the solution at all. So we block that. And then we can't get past it. Maybe they can engage with each other? No. I was sort of hoping... There's no way I can, like, jump down from up here, right? Or is there? Hold on, can I just... Yeah, I can jump down. But that doesn't... I could jump over this, I think, but that doesn't really help me. We can't change his path. We can't lure him anywhere. How do we get the box over there? What does the jammer do for us? It doesn't help us get through the puzzle because... What about the fact that I can come up here and, like, interact with this? Can I disable it, or is there a button or a switch? There's nothing, huh? So what do we know about the bomb guys? They can blow up if they go directly into one of these, but we don't have a way to make it do that. We can only freeze one gun. That doesn't do anything. I don't suppose I can go right down the middle or anything, can I? No. Huh. Okay, I gotta admit, this one's stumping me a little bit, guys. What if we inch closer? Wait, if we follow its path exactly, hold on. No, we still... There's no... Wait, hold on, I think I am going underneath the lasers here. Okay, maybe I have an idea, hold on. So let's stop him at the absolute edge of his routine. Let's block him with the bomb, or with the box, rather. Then we pick this up and walk right down the center on the path that he's on. Right through the middle. Nope. I think this is it, but I think it's very, very touchy about where to go. We have to be lined up exactly in the middle, I think. Like right in the middle. Maybe this works. I'm gonna inch forward a little bit. Nope. So the one to the left saw me. I don't know. I feel like this is it, but there's no way to crouch. What if we hold on? We've seen that we can do that before. What happens if we do that? I wonder if that blocks a shot. Like, can we edge past with him, like, acting as a shield for us, maybe? Hold on. I wonder if he can protect us. But we'd have to get close to him, though. No, that's not it. What are we doing here? It feels like you're supposed to walk right down the middle, but I've tried it and it's not super... Like, I get there. Maybe if I move more to the left, can I go under it? More to the left? Yeah, I can't quite get underneath it. So... There might be something to what I'm doing here. I'm not sure. But like I can go under this one for a ways, but eventually that one starts shooting at me. And if I move forward far enough, feels like I'm under. I don't know. I don't think that can be the solution. There's got to be something else we can do. So it's weird that we can place that there. Will you, like, protect me? Hold on. Will you protect me from shots? Okay, he does protect me from shots. That's something. That's something. So, like, I can get over to here. Oh, wait a minute. I get it. He's gonna carry the box over for us. I'm an idiot. So we just freeze him on the other side and then take the box off him and we win. Okay, there we go. That's the solution. Okay. It did take me a minute, but... Alright, now we gotta take it without him... Yeah, he's still jammed. Excellent! Okay, nice. A little porter. Okay, we gotta remember that. They can carry stuff for us. As long as we have a jammer to shut them down, we can... Oh, no, I go this way. Or actually, let me take the other exit. As long as we have them to carry stuff for us, we can get stuff places past the guns. I wonder if that comes back in later. Whoa, that scared me.
Cease. In the time of your ancestors, there were those who did not choose the path of faith. You do not need to fear their ghosts. Fear only that you may become like them.
That was terrifying. A screaming blue ghost rushing you? I was like... I had no idea how to interact with it. How to respond. That was that was a bit much. Okay, so we're near the end of the episode here. I am gonna go unlock the fan, then we'll probably call it. But we've got more stuff to do here in area 1. But let's get our first tool unlocked, the fans. Okay, let's see, something like, I don't know, this, and then that maybe, plus a little bit of, nope, maybe like this, no. Got 2 Zeds. There we go. Okay, there's the fan. All right, so guys, that's going to be it for this time. When we come back next time, we'll head back into Beta 1 and continue solving puzzles, looking for lore, checking stuff out, and maybe doing a fan puzzle or 2. And working on the rest of the game. So until then, as always, thank you so much for watching. Hope you're enjoying. Leave me some comments. I'll be sure to respond, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.